Hi, Rod from Fleet News Group again. Beautiful sunny day, and where else would you want to be but on the beach? How good's this? And I've brung with me today the Toyota Landcruiser Prado Kakadu, one of Australia's most popular novated lease vehicles, and we're bound to have a bit of fun out here with this. Let's go. That like button's down below. You know you want to hit it. Go on, give it a good tickle up. You know you'll want to. But if you do like these videos, please hit the like button below, as well as the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you can be kept up to date with everything we're doing at the Fleet News Group, including taking great cars like this out on the beach. Let's take a look at the Prado Kakadu, top of the line model. The Prado's been around for quite a number of years now, decades in fact. It's changed a bit over time, upgrades and updates and that, and it's due for a major one being released next year in 2024. It's still a very classic design, looks very nice. This is a 7-seater of course, but it's a practical family wagon, and it's easy to see why it's remained so popular over the years in the novated leasing market and the market in general. The public just love the versatility and practicality of this car. It can take you real fun places like this, like out on the beach at the moment, out on the bush tracks, across the desert. They've been everywhere, these things. And they can do the morning school runs, the soccer runs on the weekend, shopping, daily driver. It just does it all for you, ticks the boxes. The Kakadu here has the nice 19-inch alloy wheels, which here on the beach, correct tyre pressures, no problem. Does everything as you want it to. She remains a very nice looking car, and one which you'd be very proud to be driving every day. Prado Kakadu. She's a bit of a looker. I like it. Well, what's under the bonnet? Let's have a look. Oh, they're heavenly, they're beautiful. Gas struts. Thank you, Toyota. Very good. Under the bonnet here is Toyota's 4-cylinder 2.8 litre turbo diesel motor. It's good for 150 kilowatts of power and 500 newton meters of torque. It's coupled with a 6-speed automatic transmission, and Toyota lists the combined cycle fuel economy at 7.9 litres per 100 k's. This particular Prado also has an 87 litre tank, a single tank, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. I said a minute ago that this particular car has an 87 litre tank. It's a bit unusual. Most Prados have 150 litre fuel capacity, not 87. Well, most Prados actually have a second sub-tank with a 63 litre capacity. 87 litres main tank, 63 litre sub-tank, total 150. But this one doesn't. And that's because, as you can see on the back of the tailgate here, there's no spare wheel. It's mounted down under here. So there's no room for the 63 litre sub-tank. Nice flat tailgate appearance at the back, no spare there, the spare's hiding underneath. hence no room for the 63 litre sub-tank. Well, here I am sitting in the driver's seat of the Prado Kakadu. Very nice here, top of the line, all the bells and whistles, nice leather seats, heated in the front here, very nice. That's the heating controls down there, you can adjust them all accordingly. Got a nice easy to read instrument cluster there, very good. You know it's Kakadu because it's got the wall grain wood finish in the steering wheel, along with nice leather steering wheel, very nice. The wood grain's also over in the dashboard over here, all looks very nice. 9-inch infotainment screen there, Apple CarPlay wired and Android Auto. As you can see, you've got my phone plugged in there, all going nicely. We've got nice little hideaway coffee cup holders there. Very good. I have got coffee cup and that there, but I've used it and thrown it away, so I haven't got one to show you today, but all fits in there very nicely. And there's another little hidey hole in here as well. Might keep something knick-knack out of the way there. Got all the four-wheel drive controls and that there. And a 9-speaker stereo. So let's have a bit of a listen here to the stereo and see what she sounds like. Turn her up. I'm American made, but a lot Chevrolet. My mama taught me wrong from right. I was born in the South. Sometimes I have a big mouth when I see some. Well, very nice stereo. Not American made, it's made in Japan, this car, but I think it's a very nice environment in here with the Prado Kakadu from the driver's seat. I think it looks good. A couple other little cool features I've found in driving the Prado Kakadu. It's not a sunglass holder, it's actually a little convex mirror, and when I sit here I glance back, I can see every seat. So if you're carting some kids about, you can look up there discreetly and you can see what little Johnny or Jane's actually up to. There's no hiding from mum or dad now. But even better, an even cooler feature, driving on the beach is thirsty work, or anywhere on your big trips going around, you need a bit of a snack and a drink. The Kakadu has got that covered for you as well. Have a look at this. In the center console, it's actually a fridge that runs when the air conditioner's on, and they can hold your drinks in there. Your water, your soft drink, even a few snacks. So it's all very cool and easy driving around. Well, here I am in the third row seat of the Prado Kakadu. It's not too bad. Head's just touching the ceiling here. My knees are touching the seat in front, but for a short distance I could be comfortable in here. If I had to be in the back, not a problem. Probably better for kids. In fact, my kids used to call the third row seats in a Prado the back seats, because it's in the back of the backs. So made sense to them. All good. Other features back here. Third row does get its air vents in here as well, so that helps. There's cup holders as well, so you can put your cup or your can of drink or bottle drink, whatever, in the back, to try and make it as pleasant as possible travelling here in the third row seat. Not too bad. Probably better for kids though. Oh, sorry, just watching a movie. Here I am in the second row seat of the Prado Kakadu. As you can see, it's got a video entertainment system in here for big kids and little kids alike to watch the movies in the back whilst travelling. Comes with 3 sets of wireless headphones, so you can watch it without disturbing others in the vehicle. But it is nice and comfortable back here. Unlike the back seat, this one's a lot more comfortable for an adult passenger. Got plenty of leg room here, plenty of headroom. It's all pretty good. Nice little ski port through here for luggage if need be. That just folds back up out of the way. Then you've got the armrest with little cup holders in it, which folds up out of the way as well. Leather everything inside here. All the controls are sitting in here as well on the back to adjust the temperature and everything for the airflow, which is coming through up the top here, and also goes into the back as well. It also has heated seats on the outboard sides here in the rear as well. So it's a very nice, comfortable place to travel here in the second row seat of the Prado Kakadu. Let's have a look in the back of the Prado Kakadu. This is the flat tailgate version, this particular one. So we just open her up here, like so. And you see it's got the third row seat set up. Right here with the third row seat set up, there's 104 litres of capacity for luggage in here. But well, let's go say we want to put it down. Let's pull the two little straps down, go to the headrests, and then it's power operated. Just got to push it twice. And down she goes. And now the luggage capacity with the second row seats up, I'll just lower the other one there earlier, is 553 litres capacity. Then we go around here, quick and easy pull the handle on this one, and there's now 974 litres of space, big enough to pack up everything you need to take with you, unless you've been to Bunnings and IKEA and really gone nuts and it won't fit in at all. But plenty of space, practical and versatile. Well, here I am driving the Prado Kakadu, and it really is luxurious and comfortable in here. It's like a leather lounge room on wheels. Leather steering wheel, leather touch surfaces everywhere, leather seats all around, heated in the front and the two outboard seats in the second row as well. Just makes ultra comfortable travelling environment. It rides on air suspension, this particular model, which I do find in the comfort modes a little bit floaty. I tend to rock around a little bit, don't like that. But if I put it in the Sport or Sport S mode or S Plus mode, it just seems to tighten up a little bit more, and I know I'm just happier driving it in that mode. The engine's very good. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in quite heavy traffic at the moment, so I can't show that to you. But when you do put your foot down, the diesel, yes, it does roar away. It's a diesel, but 500 Newton meters, it gets up and goes pretty good for a four-wheel drive SUV. Is it Ferrari low performance? No, it's not. But it's not meant to be either. The 2.8 litre diesel makes its presence known when it's under load. You can hear it, but it's a diesel. You've got to expect that. So it's all very good. It's also got a great infotainment system, great stereo. Let's just, does Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let's have a quick listen to the stereo. Quite good, so it gets a bit loud there, but when the volume does go up, it's very clear. There's great clarity, there's no distortion, and that's always a good sign of good quality speakers in the car. It's got tri-zone climate control. It's got all the bells and whistles when it comes to off-roading. It's a full-time four-wheel drive, so it's just high and low range. There's no part-time like the Utes two-wheel drive. It's always in four-wheel drive, this vehicle. But it's got the multi-terrain selectors, it's got hill descent control, traction assist, it's got all of that going for it. As well as the full suite of Toyota safety features as well. Blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, the autonomous emergency braking, all those things are happening for it, making it a safe vehicle for you to drive around as well. It's the kind of vehicle that does the city very well, even though it's made for the outback. It does city very, very well. Tows, country driving, off-roading, it just really does, it's a good all-rounder. It does everything. It's practical and versatile, as you'd expect from an SUV. It's the kind of vehicle you can live with every day and take it out on the weekends for a bit of fun, or the big adventure, or even the big lap around the country as well. It's quite nice. I enjoy it.
Well, let's talk towing. A lot of people buy the Prado and they've got plans of towing a caravan or a boat, things like that. So let's talk about the numbers when it comes to towing, knowing what the weights of the vehicle are, what you can tow, and how towing can affect your gross vehicle mass and determine whether or not it's actually legal. Forgive me if I go through the notes here, but there's a lot of numbers to get through. Number one, Prado has a brake towing capacity of 3,000 kilos, 3 tonne. It has a gross combination mass, i.e. whatever you're towing, be it a caravan or a boat, and the Prado itself can't weigh more than 5,990 kilos, 5.99 tonne. The gross vehicle mass of the Prado, as you see it here, is 2,990 kilos, 2.99 tonne. 2.99 tonne plus 3 tonne equals 5.99 tonne. Pretty simple, eh? But now it gets a little bit more complicated. The curb weight of this vehicle you see here with the flat tailgate is 2,290 kilos. Whereas if you had spare wheel mounted on the tailgate and the 63 litre sub-tank underneath, the curb weight goes up to 2,350 kilos. You subtract the curb weight away from the GVM, and that then gives you your payload. In this case here with the flat tailgate, the payload is 700 kilos. In the case with the spare on the back, the payload is 640 kilos. And that includes all the passengers, your luggage, and your fuel and everything else in this vehicle on top of the curb weight, 640 kilos before you hit the GVM. But here's where towing comes back into the equation. Approximately 10% of whatever you're towing in weight is counted as ball weight on the tow bar at the back of the vehicle, which actually adds to the gross vehicle mass as part of that equation. So if you're towing a 3 tonne caravan behind this or a 3 tonne boat, that means, and I'll just double check my numbers here, your payload will change quite dramatically. 300 kilo ball weight on the back on this particular vehicle, that's 700 kilos of payload, drops your total payload allowable to 400 kilos. If you've got the wheel on the back and the 63 litre sub-tank, the payload inside the vehicle you can have with towing that caravan or boat at 3 tonnes is only 340 kilos. 340 kilos. That's all your passengers, all your luggage, and the fuel. 150 kilos of diesel. Well, you're looking at well over 100 kilos there, probably about 130 odd kilos in weight there. 340 minus 130, that's 240, 210 kilos. Family of 5, really starting to look dodgy if you're going to keep this thing under the gross vehicle mass. So there's that to consider. Maybe this version with the flat tailgate and only the 1 tank may be an option when you're playing around with those numbers and weights when it comes to towing. Well, let's talk a little bit about the 4-wheel drive capabilities of the Prado. Some numbers you need to know to basically help you out when you're off-road. Again, forgive me just checking my notes because there's a few numbers I've got to talk to you about here. Number 1, what's the ground clearance? Ground clearance on the Prado is 230 millimetres. That's pretty good. If you're going into the water, No, we're not today, that's for sure. But the wading depth on the Prado is 700 millimetres. I think out there is going to be a bit deeper than that, so we won't try that. 700 millimetres wading depth. And then we have, when you're in the really rough stuff going off-road, approaching rocky climbs and descents and all this sort of stuff, tough rough tracks, you need to know the angles of which the car can actually operate at. And the first up is the approach angle. In other words, when you look down the front here, down here, the angle that you come into and approaching the obstacle you're going to drive over. And that angle is 30.4 degrees. The ramp over angle, like when you go over the top of the Humpty Doo or the hill or crest over, between the wheels, the maximum angle is 21.1 degrees. And finally, when you come down the descent and level out, the departure angle at the back, this angle here, is 23.5 degrees. Pretty capable vehicle all up, and can go most places. The other thing you need to consider is some of the gear you'll need when you go off-road. We're on the beach, so what have I brung with me? My tread boards. In case I get stuck in the sand, I can use them to dig out a little bit. I can put them under the wheels and get some traction to lift myself up and out of the sand and keep going. The most important thing though when beach driving, in this vehicle or any four-wheel drive for that matter, is actually tyre pressure. You can let the tyres down with a stick or whatever. You need a tyre pressure gauge to know where you need to go to. I find a good rule of thumb of what pressure you should take them down for beach driving. It's about 18 psi, maybe a little bit lower, but because this is a heavy vehicle, I was actually lowered it down to 15 psi today. But once you lower it down, when you get off the beach, you need a compressor to pump them back up again. So don't forget the compressor. Not going to be a good day if you do that. But they're great cars. Takes you out to beautiful places like this that you can only get to in a four-wheel drive and enjoy beautiful days like this out here. This is what a four-wheel drive and a Prado is all about. Well, Toyota offers on the Prado here a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty plan. They also offer 5 years cap price servicing and roadside assistance for up to 7 years from the date of purchase. They basically renew a roadside service membership for you every time you have the car serviced at Toyota. But here's the rub. If you maintain the service schedule and you have it serviced at Toyota, Toyota will increase the warranty on the engine and the driveline to 7 years. That's a handy little piece of mind if you hang on to the vehicle a little bit longer. I think it's good. Well, what's the price? It's not going to be cheap, this one, because it is the top of the line Kakadu of the Prado range we're talking about. And the price for this vehicle, registered in New South Wales, drive away as you were, as advised by Toyota, is $94,586. To that, you have to add $710 for the nice dusty bronze colour we have here, which means the total drive away price, as advised by Toyota, is $95,296. Fair bit of coin, but it's a fair bit of capable car, and it can bring you beautiful places like this. How cool is that? Well, I've really enjoyed driving this vehicle, and why wouldn't you? Look at where we are, out on a beautiful beach, beautiful warm weather, and a car like this, a proper comfortable four-wheel drive, will take you out here with ease. The Prado Kakadu. It's a lot of coin for this car, but for similar terms, it's also a lot of car for the coin you're going to spend as well. And I think you can live comfortably every day with this vehicle and enjoy what it can do when it brings you up places like this. It's really good. I like this vehicle. Remember, if you like these videos, please hit that like button down below, as well as hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can remain up to date with everything that's going on at the Fleet News Group. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you watching that, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I'm going to go enjoy this vehicle a bit more now. So I'll see you next time, and you enjoy your day. Bye.